somebody else. Like, that happened to my friend. That's awful. You know? That's never happened to me. But I've also never been that serious with a guy before. So anyway, um, my nose itches. I'm not picking it, it itches. Um, so a while ago, I made this pact. Okay, I decided, I was like, I'm not going to blow people off anymore. And I since I said that, I've done it maybe once or twice, and the people I've done it with are like I blew off a guy that was like a total creeper that, you know, I slept with, and was like, he was just like, I almost wanted to call it rape, but it like wasn't, but like it was just like not not right for me. And I felt violated after we slept together, and I didn't want to ever talk to him again. And I think the way he acted around me, I think he deserved to have me never talk to him again. Um, so that happened. But aside from that, like, I've been trying really hard not to just like have a date with someone and then never call them, you know, if I say I'm going to. I have come to terms with the thing of like, we had a date and we went our separate ways, and you didn't call me and I didn't call you. And that's okay. If that guy comes back to me later and says like, hey, you never called me, I'm like, you also never called me. Like, if we had a date and you called me and I just never responded, that's a different story. But neither of us called each other. We clearly didn't want to talk again. That's okay. Oh my God, what is this hand? Do you see the reflective hand of Jesus? Where is this coming from? Alright, this is some weird science. I need to like figure it out. I hope that's being recorded, otherwise I sound like a druggie. Oh, look at this beautiful hand. Woo! Okay, I ruined it. Whatever. So, so that's what I've been trying to do. So for instance, I am talking to some people now, and it just like made this connection in my mind tonight of like, I'm talking to this guy, and I don't know if I want to see him or not. Like, we've never met. I'm just talking to him. I don't know what's going to happen with that. But he wants to call me and talk to me on the phone tonight, and I don't feel like talking to him on the phone tonight. Like, I'd rather make this video. I totally just want to like watch a movie. I have to get up really early tomorrow and go to a staff meeting at work. I just kind of don't want to. And the thing is like, it's now clear to me, I don't have to. All right? I don't need to do anything for acceptance. Like, I've learned since not being able to talk with this guy, the guy that I like, who disappeared, that I want to be accepted, and I want to be accepted a lot, and I want to be accepted in all these kinds of venues and arenas where like it's just not the right place to try to get acceptance, you know, like by people who really just don't care about you, and the kind of acceptance you receive is false and short term, and it doesn't matter, you know, maybe in like a sexual arena. And I just feel like I'm realizing through this last thing that like, I don't have time to be fucked around with, you know? I don't have time for people who don't care about me, and I need to really, really put out there what I want. By not being honest with people, by not being forward, and just like, I'm not into you, dude, I'm so sorry. You know, you're putting out into the universe that you don't care what comes your way. You know? That, oh, I can have guys that I don't like come to my way, and I can have dates with guys I don't like, and I can have guys who are abusive come my way, and like, I just don't really care, like, whatever. You have to like put out into the universe what you want. It's like ordering a pizza. What the fuck do you want on your pizza? Do you want someone who cares for you? Someone who thinks you're sexy? Do you want mushrooms? Like, what do you want on the fucking pizza, man? You know? Or do you want just, whatever happens, just as long as it's not anchovies, right? Like, you have to fucking tell the universe what you want. And a lot of people don't, they hear that and they're like, oh yeah, I believe in that. But they don't embody it. And because you're not supposed to embody it when you first hear it. If you did, you'd be a friggin' crazy, like, you'd be like the reincarnation of Buddha or something. You know what I mean? Like, you aren't supposed to get things when you first hear them. You're supposed to live it. And I feel like I heard about this putting things out there a long time ago when my mom read The Secret. And, you know, then I was, you know, told to read The Secret. And then there was like some other self-help books thrown at me. And then I was addicted to self-help books. And I still have like 50 self-help books that I've only read half of, just laying around the apartment. Which is a big reason why my move was so hard to do. Anyway, so with this guy tonight, different guy, I'm just going to text him and just be like, you know what? I don't feel like talking on the phone tonight. I probably want to talk to you on the phone later, but I don't feel like talking to you on the phone tonight. And I think that is really great. You know, he'll probably say like, oh, that's cool, like whatever. You know, we don't have any obligation to each other at this point. And if he gets offended, then I'm just like, sorry, dude. If you're offended, then I guess it was not meant to be. Because I don't need your acceptance. And I do need to tell you what I feel. That's important. You deserve to be not lied to. And I deserve to not have to lie to people just to get them to go away. If I don't want to see someone anymore, it's okay to say, listen, like, I know this sounds cliche, but I do think you're a great guy. I'm not feeling it. You know? And I do a lot of dating, and you probably do too. And, like, I want you to find someone who's crazy about you, and it's not me. You know? And I hope that doesn't hurt your feelings. If it's a good person, you tell them something like that, they're gonna be like, dude, thanks for your honesty. Like, I mean, I'm a little upset because I liked you, but thanks for being honest. And thanks for not, like, leading me on forever. Because if you've ever been led on forever, it fucking sucks. And it kills your spirit. And it's one of those things where I should yell at every dipshit that kills my spirit. I should. But how many spirits have I killed? I'm a hypocrite. We're all hypocrites. It's impossible not to be. You have to be a hypocrite while you're learning how to be a human. You make your mistakes. You're like, I've decided that, you know, people that do this are blah, blah, blah. And then you go out and a month later you do that. And you're like, oh, I know I said that, but, like, it just feels good. Oh. You know, it's just, we're hypocrites. Alright? We just are. And if that bothers you, then do something about it. Then really practice what you preach. Really figure out a way to embody that shit. You know what I mean? Seriously. So anyway, I believe that the guy that I really like, my Jersey boy, I think he will call me in like a month and be like, oh my god, are you still, like, alive? Like, my phone fell in the abyss, in a black hole, and we'll talk again and we'll figure it out. I believe that to be true, because I do believe he really liked me. And I don't think there's anything that could have made him not like me. Like, our last sentence was, like, not anything, you know, it was just normal banter, it was casual talk. I don't know what happened. I don't need him to love me. But I have faith that there's no reason for me to believe that he just never wanted to talk to me again. Blah. And he's another asshole. I mean, if I'm never going to hear from him again, then shouldn't I just have, like, a good memory of, like, what we had? We had, you know, like 4 or 5 really great days of chatting and you know, maybe out of that I learned more about what I want. You know what I mean? So maybe if it never comes to anything, at least I learned more about what I want and more about what I don't want. And with each guy that I talk to, with each guy that I date, I'm getting closer and closer to finding the one who's right for me. And I'm putting all that out there. And I just need to stay positive, and I need to believe that there is someone out there for me who, you know, might not be the one, but is the one for, it's going to be the one for a while. For quite a while, you know. I think we're meant to pass in and out of other people's lives, and they're meant to pass in and out of ours, and, you know, we're all just kind of a collaboration of all the people we've met, you know, all the ideas that we've received, and all the songs we've heard, and all the food we've eaten, and, like, all the times we've had. We're meant to have people pass in and out of our lives. People are meant to be born, and people are meant to die, and relationships are meant to not be permanent, you know? Marriage is an invention of mankind, and bloody bloody blah. So there's someone who I'm supposed to meet in the next, I'm going to say in the next year. That's a challenge. That is a challenge for me to believe that. And I think I'm going to meet him in the next year. I told myself last November that if I didn't find a man by this November, I was going to buy a dog. Can't really afford to have a dog. I also don't have time for one. I also don't know if I'm allowed to have a dog in my apartment. Need to find a man before I am supposed to buy a dog. That gives me like 2 months. Oh, shit. Anyway, this is a really long video. So, point is, put shit out there if you want to get it back. If you put out negative messages constantly, you're going to have a lot of shit come back that you don't want. You are responsible for your destiny. Like, you can paint your future any way you want. You have that choice. Yes, bad things are going to happen to you. Yes, good things are going to happen to you. If you think only bad things happen to you, then only bad things will happen to you. If you realize that even bad things are good things in disguise, then everything's a good thing, isn't it? And that's a better way to live. Because they're going to happen anyway. You might as well be positive. You have that choice. And, you know, it's funny, like, I've read books about people in concentration camps. I read a book about this, but the guy was like a psychiatrist or something, and he was in a concentration camp in World War II. And he said that, you know, when it all comes down to it, the only thing you're left with is the choice. It might not be an easy choice to make, but they can take away everything from you. But you have the choice of whether or not you're going to, like, do the right thing or do the wrong thing. You know, you could, like, he mentions, like, having the opportunity to run away, you know, to sneak out of the camp and run away, and, like, he was going to be free. But he mentions, like, realizing that there were people in the camp still that he, like, supported, that would not have survived had he not been there to be like, you know, you're gonna get out of here, you're gonna see your loved ones again. You know, like, he was that support for them, and he was like, I can't just leave. Those people need me, and it's more than just me being free. It's me doing the right thing, you know? Even in that instance with being starved and living in horrible, freezing cold conditions with very, very little clothing and, like, disease rampant, like, you have that decision. What are you gonna do? That's all you're left with, is a decision. They have taken everything else from you. So, it is your decision how you're gonna live your life. Are you gonna be positive, or are you gonna be negative? Do you realize how negative you are? You need someone to call you out on your shit. Okay. Bye, guys.